Hi gamers, Coach Nate here with another Season 2 Valorant workout. Today we are going to be talking about crouching. When it's good, when it's bad, or even if it's good at all. Crouching is an important skill to master and understand, so let's get right into the workout. For today's warm-up, we are going to have to test out crouching in a real scenario. Play one deathmatch and for the first 10 kills, don't crouch at all. For the next 10, insta-crouch every time. Then for the rest, play DM normally, but try and notice when you crouch versus when you don't during a gunfight. Now that we have warmed up, let's talk about some of the pros and cons of crouching. First, let's talk about the pros of crouching. Some of the pros of crouching are that it allows us to be more accurate, control our sprays better, and also throw off the enemy's crosshair placement to potentially surprise them. As for the cons, however, crouching makes us slower and an easier target to hit, as well as making it impossible to counter-strafe. Now, right now, you might think it's hard to tell when it's important to crouch compared to when it's not. So let's go over some of the different scenarios. So, when should we crouch? That is the main question to answer. And the answer to that question is a little bit ambiguous. Generally speaking, we don't really want to crouch, but there are times when crouching is useful. If you're a chamber, for example, and you want to hold an off angle, depending on the angle, you could hold it crouched to try and throw off the enemy's crosshair. If you're trying to spray or spray transfer, crouching will allow us to quickly lower our spread, potentially land more shots on target if we are in a gunfight. And if our crosshair is off a little bit, a slight crouch with a small strafe to one side can allow us to quickly secure our frag. These scenarios are the majority of times where we would want to crouch. As in a gunfight, most of the time if you crouch first and don't get the frag within the next 0.5 seconds, you're probably going to lose the fight. So now it's more about whether it is the right scenario to crouch rather than is it good or bad. Crouching is neither inherently good nor bad, but it's more about how you use it to your advantage. Now that we know when and how we should use our crouch key, let's learn about when we shouldn't use our crouch. One of the scenarios is long range fights. In a long range fight, bursting and counter-strafing is our friend. So if we want to crouch and don't instantly secure a frag, we are almost instantly dead. Crouching at these long ranges not only makes us stationary, it also makes our head really easy to hit, as it makes us a smaller, simpler target to hit rather than someone that's moving back and forth. Another time is when we have pistols. Part of the power of pistols, the ability to move and counter-strafe really fast. So if you crouch with a pistol, make sure it's to secure the kill, otherwise you're most likely dead. Now I want you to play two TDMs while thinking about when and when not to crouch. Every time you win or lose a fight, think about two things. First, did I crouch? And second, was it the right decision? Sometimes you will win a fight when you shouldn't have crouched, and it's up to you to determine that. It might not always be right, but the more you think about it, the better. It's always better to err on the side of not crouching rather than crouching. Crouching can be a big tool, but much like our other tools, it's about when and where to use this tool that's important. Now that we have learned how to use the crouch key to our advantage as well as when not to use it, we can continue our rank grind. Now keep in mind, much like other workouts, these skills are skills that constantly need to be improved and kept in check. So while you shouldn't only worry about this skill in ranked, every now and then check in on it. If you're having a rough game, think about if you're crouching too much, or if there are other things you could fix as well. That concludes this workout, and keep an eye out for the next one. Once again, I'm Coach Nate, and have a great day.